Welcome to Ælementz, your daily dose of quick insights to strengthen your knowledge. Today we're talking about the psychology of spending, the fascinating ways our brains influence how we spend money, and why we often make choices that aren't always logical. What is the psychology of spending? The psychology of spending refers to the mental and emotional factors that shape our decisions about money. It explains why we're tempted to buy things we don't need, why we feel a rush of happiness when we shop, or why sales and discounts seem irresistible. Spending isn't just about numbers or bank balances. It's deeply connected to our emotions, habits, and even our upbringing. For example, someone might buy an expensive gadget not because they need it, but because it gives them a sense of status or belonging. Similarly, a person feeling sad might spend money to cheer themselves up. This is sometimes called retail therapy. What is the history of spending psychology? The study of spending psychology began in the mid-20th century when marketing and advertising became major industries. Businesses realized they could influence people's behavior by appealing to their emotions rather than their logic. For instance, slogans like "because you're worth it" make us feel like spending is a reward for hard work. Over time, psychologists started studying how things like branding, pricing, and social pressure affect spending habits. In the 21st century, with the rise of online shopping and targeted ads, this field has grown even more important. Today, companies use tools like behavioral economics and AI to predict what we'll buy next, while psychologists help us understand how to manage our money more mindfully. Why do people spend money impulsively? Impulse buying happens when we make quick, unplanned purchases without much thought. This behavior is often triggered by emotions like boredom, stress, or excitement. For instance, scrolling through social media and seeing an ad for trendy shoes might tempt you to buy them on the spot, even if you don't need them. Retailers also encourage this by offering limited-time discounts or placing small items like chocolates near the checkout. These tricks create a sense of urgency or reward, making it harder to resist. A real-life example is Black Friday sales, where people rush to buy deals, often regretting their purchases later. Understanding your triggers, like emotional shopping or FOMO, fear of missing out, can help you pause before hitting buy. How does spending make people feel happy? Spending releases dopamine, a chemical in the brain that makes us feel good. This is why shopping can feel rewarding. It's not just about the item you buy, but the anticipation and experience. For example, treating yourself to a coffee at your favorite cafe can brighten your day because it's associated with comfort or self-care. However, this happiness is often short-lived, especially if the purchase isn't meaningful. Researchers call this the hedonic treadmill, the idea that we quickly adapt to new purchases and need more spending to feel the same excitement. Instead, spending on experiences like holidays or time with loved ones tends to bring longer-lasting joy because it creates memories rather than clutter. Why do sales and discounts feel so tempting? Sales create the illusion that we're saving money, even when we're spending more than planned. Psychologists call this the anchoring effect, where the original price sets a reference point, making the discounted price seem like a bargain. For instance, if a jacket is marked down from £200 to £100, you feel like you're getting a £100 deal, even if you wouldn't have spent that much otherwise. Retailers also use tactics like buy one, get one free to make you think you're getting more value. A real-world example is supermarket promotions. How often have you bought something on sale that you didn't need, just because it seemed like a good deal? How can we manage spending habits better? Managing spending starts with awareness. Tools like budgeting apps can help track where your money goes, showing patterns you might not notice otherwise. For example, you might discover that your daily coffee habit adds up to £50 a month. Setting financial goals, like saving for a holiday, can motivate you to cut unnecessary expenses. Another tip is the 24-hour rule. If you want to make a non-essential purchase, wait a day to see if you still feel the same urge. Many people also find that switching to cash for smaller purchases helps curb overspending, as handing over physical money feels more real than tapping a card or phone. Interesting facts about spending psychology. Fact number 1. Credit cards make spending feel less painful. Studies show that people spend more when using credit cards compared to cash. This is because the pain of paying is reduced. Swiping a card doesn't feel as tangible as handing over cash. For example, if you're at a restaurant and paying with cash, you're more likely to notice how much you're spending than if you just tap your card. Fact number 2. Colors influence spending habits. Have you ever noticed that sale signs are often red? That's because red is associated with urgency and excitement, encouraging quick decisions. Similarly, luxury brands often use black or gold in their designs to create a sense of exclusivity and sophistication. Fact number 3. Spending on others can boost happiness. Research shows that spending money on others, like buying a gift or donating to charity, often brings more happiness than spending on yourself. For example, treating a friend to lunch can strengthen your relationship and make you feel good, creating emotional rewards beyond the monetary cost. Fact number 4. Retailers use smells and music to influence purchases. Shops often use subtle tricks like pleasant scents or relaxing background music to make you spend more time and money in store. For example, the smell of freshly baked bread in a supermarket might tempt you to buy more items than you intended. Spending is about more than money. It's about emotions, habits, and even the way businesses influence us. What spending habits have you noticed in yourself or others? Have you found any tricks to control impulse buying? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing. More content is on the way, and I hope to see you again.